Yeah? What's your distress? Talk to me.
How refreshing. The whole "I'm honored to serve you, revered master" does get tiresome. Master Sumali, I've been following your career. I hear you have a special interest in the Void Wolf.
Is there something I should know?
I was hoping you might want to hurt him, and save a life while you're at it.
And here I thought when you joined the temple you were done chasing street scum. Welcome back.
We're at war. We all serve how we know best.
I've got room on the ship if you guys want to catch up on old times.
Excuse him. I've tried to have him fixed, but I can't find a vet who'll do the job.
Becoming a prude in your old age. Risha, do you remember Char's Kartur?
What did they used to call us? The Triple Threat? Didn't she join the SIS?
One of their top agents. When you took out the White Maw's cloaking abilities on Hoth, it drew the Void Wolf's attention. He went there, and Char's followed.
Alone? Is she crazy?
The Republic sent an entire platoon of troopers to escort her. The Void Wolf's assassins killed them all. She's alive, but trapped on Hoth.
Are you asking me to help out of the goodness of my heart, or is there something on the table?
The SIS is offering a sizable reward. Or they will, once I tell them they are. When I got Charis's distress call, she had taken refuge in one of the Void Wolf's private vaults. Go quickly if you can. I fear you're Charis's last hope.
It's not as bad as it looks. Picked on the wrong girl. Gonna live.
Shh, keep it down. Risha? I thought that sounded like you. Did you finally decide to join us on the straight and narrow?
Hardly, but I figured it's just like you to go ground in the enemy's treasury.
I figured it was the last place his bloodhounds would go sniffing.
Tell me what happened to you.
The Void Wolf's been recruiting. He's courting Huts, the White Maw, hitmen for hire. Anyone who won't pledge loyalty goes to hard vacuum. And he's got enough spies in our space station that my cover was blown the minute I landed. What do you think? Is there a way you can smuggle me up without any of his people or our people catching wise?
As it happens, smuggling's my specialty.
Ah, now I see where Risha found you.
You wouldn't even imagine.
I was going to hide in there. It's an automated cargo shuttle full of everything here the Void Wolf thought worth keeping. Go to the space station and get security to let us through, and you're welcome to keep everything in it. I trust you can come up with a story to explain why you're shipping Imperial droids off Hoth.
Stop it right there. I'm going to need your ID, your papers, and a blasted good reason why you're flying in and out of a war zone for kicks.
This is a private job for Jedi Master Suma Lee. You want to tell her you tried to stop me?
Far as I know, our Jedi advisor was killed weeks ago. I think I need to take a look-see, make sure you're not trying to smuggle valuable resources off Hoth.
I wouldn't do that. Master Suma Lee said the cargo is Force-sensitive. Non-Jedi can go blind and deranged just at the sight.
I knew it. I knew they wouldn't keep sending bodies down there if there wasn't something special under that ice. Load your ship and get out of here. I'm telling the boys.
Blind and deranged. I can't believe you fell for that. I can take it from here. I've got my own ship stashed a few hangars down. This one's a keeper, Risha. Thanks for the help. You're welcome to any of the salvage in the shuttle. Some of it might fetch a good price. And I'll make sure you get anything I learn about the Void Wolf.
Mission accomplished. Sheris is safe.
I admit, I was wondering what to think of Senator Dodonna's pet project. But you saved a life here, and aided the war. I can say nothing but thank you.
I've never shaken hands with a real Jedi before. Are you nearby?
Don't even start.
Even if I hadn't renounced worldly pleasures, I know far better than to come between Risha and any man she's eyeing.
He wishes.
Perhaps we'll catch up again sometime, Risha.
Not sure my current occupation will bring me anywhere near the Jedi Temple, but maybe.
I hope this war ends swiftly enough that I will not have cause to call on you again.
Set course for Voss, then, Captain? The permits from Dodonna just came through.
If it gets me closer to Rogan's head on a plate, Voss it is.
I took the liberty of looking into the place. Weird planet. Just made contact with the rest of the galaxy after a Sith ship crashed there. Apparently the whole planet's on the leash to some cult of Force users. Empire and Republic are both playing along. This'll be one to wear your best shirt. And remember to say, please.
Senator, I'm heading into Voss now. What should I know?
I'm glad you made it here. I'm still having nightmares about those awful creatures Rogan sent to attack me. It won't be easy to find out who he's working with here. We barely have diplomatic relations with the Voss.
I could charm the horns off a crate dragon.
From what I hear, the Voss are big on propriety and obedience. I don't think you're their type. Voss was only discovered a few years ago and promptly handed the Empire its head when it tried to attack. The Republic's desperate to get them as allies.
What? You don't agree?
Well, I do if we can trust them. The Voss use the Force like no Jedi's ever seen. They'd be powerful allies. That's the thing. No one really knows the Voss, but they took down an Imperial battlecruiser without breaking a sweat. And when you ask them, all they say is, "The Mystics showed us what must be."
What? The whole planet follows a bunch of quacks?
Don't call them that. The Mystics are powerful Force users. They have visions of the future which they use to rule Voss society unquestioned. And the Voss have made it clear. Break one law, and the entire Republic can be thrown off this world.
You don't really think you have to warn me about that, do you?
I was almost afraid to say this, in case you took it as a challenge. I've arranged for a native guide, a diplomat named Lokir Ka. He'll be waiting in a private room off the shuttle bay. I sent him files on the beasts that attacked me. I hope he can help you track who sold them.
Are you Lokir Ka?
Indeed. May the Mystics see no shadows on you, Captain, and the duty to all weigh lightly. I am your honores. Your translation might be chaperone.
All right then. What do I do to avoid pain of fiery torture or whatever it is you do here?
Your mission has touched a nerve. The creatures that attacked your Senator Dodonna are a Gormak abomination.
Any idea how an off-world gangster got his hands on those things?
No. The Gormak are creatures of war. They create these monstrosities from beasts, set them against us. To spread Gormak creations past the stars violates every law.
If someone's breaking the law, then point me to the criminals.
Voss do not commit crimes. If you seek criminals, search your people. A settlement in the Minevra caves, called the Exchange.
Where do I find these guys?
I have been there. I have an academic interest in off-world music. My trade was with a human named Scratch. Perhaps he can answer your questions.
Hagwatopi basta wahota. Chobet I kafstuan dile jihulo kuta. Piowa ituta odmishka, boshuda tuabo.
So you know something about Rogan that's worth knowing?
Kuchusa yomata chitoya, asubi mota uipa. Mana matota jispa micho. Tamka chirulia kimada?
I'll give you cash for each of Rogan's lackeys you kill.
Mokili moklunki. Nik mi chawa welmo. Gektusta barawanga. Ne subur kobo pomo? Chikos pa ini gudad ijigliska chanagawa.
Give me all the details.
Manchi do ti puna puna. Kabuk nuni slemo. Chatungi ma chechu. I kutsig nang kihe.
I don't know much about Voss. What's valuable?
Barganonua. Utatyacha nichu. Kuya maya stupa. Wonki atachakapa tonka. Jisa picha. Poya tuka changa goptula do bata wana wanki.
I have your artifacts.
Pampawula ji ota kakoga huta nupisto. Kikuna mo. Uban chone alipa. Istin koto.
I assume he means you? Then I warn you, this is a unique opportunity. There's nothing like these creatures for sale in the galaxy.
Be careful. I drive a hard bargain.
I'm counting on it.
Dobata ji moa tusawa. Bikuna posta morulia.
You understand this is large and unusual cargo with certain transportation issues? Selling it is a capital offense on Voss. You have to buy direct and pick it up yourself.
I won't turn down a chance to meet in person.
Then I hope you make it here alive. To keep this out of sight of the Voss commandos, we set up shop in the heart of the Gormak war zone. I'll transmit the coordinates now. If you make it here alive, I'll be waiting.
I awaited you in Voss for hours. You were seen everywhere else. If you do not check in, duty requires I accompany you.
Sorry, I was just finishing up a job for your buddy, Scratch.
I cannot guard Voss from your influence if you deal in secret. What have you learned?
I'll bring you the people who are trafficking with Gormak, but you need to let me work my way.
Chunky faguta, jiho poda ji oto vokise.
I will not interfere unless you break Voss law, but I will come.
You start lecturing, and you'll blow the whole deal.
Wonki atachakapa tonka, jisa bicha.
Agreed. Where?
Vota miokrita chobasa, jiho poka fokrida.
Even the mystics dare that not.
Pioa ituta odmishka, boshuda tuabo.
Captain, I thought I would never find you. The minute I heard you were on Voss, I started searching. I'm certain you have terribly important business, but might you find time to do one small service for a diplomat of the Republic? Me?
Nothing motivates me more than credits.
Yes, of course. Don't worry about compensation. Just hear me out. Her whole life, my sister suffered from a rare form of Misra syndrome. She would have died had I not landed this post on Voss. I was able to arrange for her to receive healing from the mystics.
If she's healed, then what's the problem?
My sister chose to stay and serve the Shrine of Healing as payment for her treatment. But now, our mother is dying, and I have no way to reach her. The whole path to the shrine, it's besieged by Gormak. I can pay you handsomely if you would brave the Gormak to bring my sister word to come home.
If I find myself at the shrine, I promise I'll talk to your sister.
Thank you, Captain. I believe Kindra serves a mystic named Kina Ray. I pray she lets her leave, and quickly. Mother may not last long.
Here after all. And I already went and set up another buyer. I assumed you were dead on the trail somewhere. This is my partner. We call him Gormak Zach. He's our pipeline for the precious little beasties.
You have the stink of the Voss on you.
Quite an operation. You working with anyone else on Voss?
Zach's, what's a polite way to say it? Gone native. Lives with a Gormak. Not much for conversation, Gormak, but they can stick a remote control in a ranker's head like nobody's business.
The Gormak are this world's rightful rulers.
Let me handle this, dear. So, I hardly know what to charge. You're our first client who didn't pay the markup to have the cargo shipped to him.
I like a challenge.
Me too. The harder, the better. But I always come out on top, which is more than I can say for you.
I like a woman who takes charge.
Because you don't have the brains to do it yourself. You think I'm fool enough not to recognize Rogan's top bounty? I'm not making the mistake of taking you on one-on-one. But when the Voss commandos find you here trading in abominations, I'm sure they'll be happy to pitch in.
Captain, Commando's targeting your location. They speak of an informant who sent them.
That blasted hairball set me up.
She would trade in abominations, then draw commandos? You can explain the truth. No, with this evidence, I would not listen to an outsider cry innocence.
This was set up by Gormak sympathizers. Does it serve Voss to let them get away?
The evidence is strong. It will take months for adjudicators to sort the truth. If I give you time, you must use it to hunt these outlaws. Leave. That passage will take you to the trail. I will tell the commandos the truth I know. Await me in Scratch's shop.
Widak Bamba. Unta kunta. Tankwe kuta.
I said the captain is innocent. They said I believe a lie.
Chui atat ap xmasa kipuna. Wonki atachakapa tonka. Jisa picha.
I'm not feeling the love here.
Difrata amuma.
Jella laid her groundwork well. The adjudicators believe you lead the smuggling ring. The manhunt will continue secretly to avoid alerting accomplices.
They haven't told Senator Dodana, at least.
Nia patise murshani. Che dona chuba che nanet.
To clear your name, you must catch Jella Reneki trading with Gormak.
Imache. Churon chica jiliska chanaga. Barganonua. Utatyacha nichu. Kuya mayastupa.
It'll take more than a dumb critter to kill me.
We have fought the Gormak for 100 generations. They are millions. If they wish to hide these criminals, they will.
Kutogi kumpa. Gigi no lia makachisa.
Tell Scratch your decision. I must speak with the adjudicators.
Wanta humpa. Muri rava fupa jibampa wula.
What, am I supposed to guess?
Kuchusa yomata chitoya. Nam kanoya choski nawi. Chikos pa ini gudad ijigliska chanagawa.
All right, let's hear this wacky scheme.
Manchi do ti puna puna. Kabuk nuni slemo. Okili mo clunky. Nik mi chawa welmo.
I'm not gonna end up a statue in Gormak City Hall, right?
Kupa tonti toki maki chisa chubolo wawuni. Buka kampak nijit. Tonka yiliska chanaga. Kutogi kumpa. Gigi no lia makachisa.